Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be setting up my bullet journal for March. The cover page is a Dutch door again this month, so I pre-cut the page off camera into this wavy pattern. We are starting off with writing a quote for this month, and the quote I chose is, "May the flowers remind us why the rain was so necessary." I don't know, it's just a nice reminder that good things are coming. I know better things are coming, but right now I just have to get through the storm that life is throwing at me. And I've been stuck in the rain quite a couple times this month, so I felt like this quote was really fitting. I am writing the quote in a combination of different fonts, so my own handwriting, some cursive, and I will use my wooden stamps to stamp on the words flowers and rain as well. For some of the cursive, I just used a Pigma Micron to first write the word, then thicken some parts of the lines afterwards to give it a faux calligraphy look. But I really want to get some pens that can do like calligraphy writing, like the Tombow Fuyunosuke. I don't have any pens like that in my stationery collection because I used to not be able to do like calligraphy writing, so I saw no point of getting them. But I've been getting practice using my Tombow dual brush pens and I'm getting better at it, so I think I will pick up a Tombow Fuyunosuke and it will save me time from having to go back in the second time to achieve the look as well. Above the quote on the page on the right, I am drawing this little plant. I've been scrolling Pinterest and I saw many flowers with these weird shapes and thought that they were super cute, and that inspired me to do this theme for March. The color markers are just Crayola Super Tips. I used the Crayola Super Tips throughout the entire setup, proving that you don't need fancy stationery to create spreads you love, and all the stationery I use in this video will be listed in the description as well, so you can easily find them there. After I drew the stems and the leaves, I also made some smiley faces on the flowers, and I think that made this spread look so much happier. On the edge of the Dutch door, I'm using a green Crayola Super Tips to color the edges, following the cut line to accentuate it a little bit and give some separation to this page and the page behind it. Behind the Dutch door, I'm just writing March in these block letters using different colors. I did film myself drawing the letter M as well, but it was so out of frame that I just cut the shot from the video. I really like the combination of all the colors I chose for this setup. They are such happy, bright colors, and it's giving like spring-summer vibes as well. It is just what I need to brighten up my life a little bit right now. Moving on to the left page, I am making a sort of a dashboard slash goal planning space. So at the top of the page, I am writing goals in this cursive font. Below the goals title, I am making 3 little yellow dots for 3 main goals I want to set in March. And And in the bottom half of the page, I am making two boxes, one titled Less and the other titled More. This will be the place for me to write in what I want to be doing less stuff and more of, like bad habits and behaviors I want to drop and introduce better, more positive actions into my life. In the space between the quote and the boxes, I am drawing 3 little flowers to add a bit of decoration to this page. I also used a white gel pen to color the center of the flowers, and we are done with this cover/goal planning page. The next spread we'll be setting up is the monthly calendar, and we are starting with again coloring the edge of the Dutch door, and I'm just using a scrapped piece of paper to put behind the Dutch door so that the color does not get onto the other spread. Then we are moving on to drawing the calendar grid with these broken up lines. I love these lines so much. They are so dainty and cute, and they give your spread like a more airy look as well. You might see in the top left corner of the page here that there's a little green mark. That was an accident from when I was writing in the March title, and if this was me from a few years ago, I would have freaked out and ripped the entire page out or glue 2 pages together, because how dare I make a mistake in my precious bullet journal. But I found that once I let go of the perfectionism and allow mistakes to happen, that was when I really started to enjoy bullet journaling. And now I almost like welcome mistakes because it's kind of a reminder that not everything has to be perfect. On the top of each column, I am making these green bars, which is where I'm going to write in the days of the week. I am taking out my thick number 1 nib Pigma Micron and writing just the first letter of each day, and I also went back in a second time because I felt like the lines weren't thick enough. And then I'm using a green zebra Sarasa clip to write in the date at the top of each box. I had to go over some of the numbers a few times because I had this pen for a really long time now, like maybe over 5 years, and the ink does break sometimes. I've been saving this pen and only using it occasionally because it's the special Pokemon version. You can just about see Bulbasaur there, and I don't want it to run out, but that's just a bit silly of me, isn't it? Because I can always replace the ink cartridge inside and keep the case. At the top of the page, I am drawing more weirdly shaped flowers, starting with this yellow one. I just went directly over the area with the green mark, and I thought that it will help diffuse out the mark a little bit, like how sometimes the tumble colors will blend together, but it didn't blend out at all, and that is totally fine. I then have these little purple circle flowers and also a bigger pink heart-shaped one as well. I am going back in to draw the stems and the leaves with a darker shade of green, and these flowers are so much fun to draw. If you're gonna do this theme in your bullet journal, I would say pick a few colors or a lot of colors if you prefer that. For this setup, I use pink, yellow, orange, and purple and 2 different shades of green. Sticking to like a color scheme just makes your spreads a lot more cohesive throughout the month. Then just start drawing different shapes and draw stems out of them, and then you get your flower. And then using the Pigma Microns again, I am drawing in the smiley faces for each flower. And we are done with the calendar spread. The next spreads we are setting up are my habit and mood trackers. Starting with the habit tracker, I am writing the title on the top of the page in cursive handwriting again. I used to hate my cursive writing, and that's mostly because I can't do it. I can't do it well at least, and I always admire people who just have beautiful cursive handwriting. But I won't get better unless I practice, right? So I try to include it more in my bullet journal, and if I'm sitting bored in class, I would just write something in cursive over and over again to practice, and I'm starting to hate it less now. I thought about going back in a second time to thicken some parts of the lines, but I like how the title looked as it is, so I decided against that. And instead, I'm drawing 6 little boxes with rounded corners for each of the habits I'm going to be tracking in March. In February, I kind of fell off my habits a little bit, mainly because I took 2 big trips, a snowboarding trip to Hokkaido with my family and another trip to Tokyo with my boyfriend. So for a big chunk of February, my routine was messed up, which was fine. I was having like so much fun traveling, but my body felt like physically bad. I'm getting back into my routines now, and I really want to smash my habits in March and get like the calendars fully crossed out. We are now making more flower decorations. These ones have 5 petals, almost like the shape of a star. I then added smiley faces to these flowers, and drawing all these smiley faces during the setup made me so happy. I don't know if it's just me, but when I see a smiley face, it makes me want to smile too. So when flipping through my journal this month, I hope all these smiley faces could make me smile a little bit more. I'm adding a drop shadow to the boxes with a different color for each one. Each box also has a bar in the top part so I can write in the title of the habit I'm tracking. I went over the line a little bit with the first box, so I'm just cleaning it up with a white gel pen and writing in all the dates for each of the boxes. It is a little tedious writing in the dates repeatedly, and I definitely got a hand cramp at some point, but I love the look of the end result, so no regrets doing this. At the bottom of the page, I'm just writing one step at a time in just simple handwriting. Moving on to the mood tracker, the final spread of today, I am starting with the title Mood at the top of the page, and I'm changing it up again this month. I'm doing kind of a bar chart, so on the top here I'm drawing 6 little circles to be 6 levels, you might say, of my mood, and for each day I can color in a bar up to the level I'm feeling. I am now adding in the expressions in each circle, with most grumpy being on the left and happiest on the right. Then I am drawing a line down the side here with the numbers 1 to 31 for all the days in March. And with all the numbers written in, we are done with this setup. So here's a final flip through of all the spreads we did today. I feel like this theme is giving me all the happy and bright vibes I need in my life right now. It actually kind of reminds me of my January setup, but with more colorful colors. If you want to see what these spreads look like filled out, then make sure to go follow me on Instagram, because I'll be posting them there throughout the month and I would love to see you there. My Instagram and my shop, gemandbutter.net, is linked down below in the description as always. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Have a wonderful day or night. Bye!